DeSue.
Okay.
She writes for frequently for Forbes, The Street,
When I first came
and
back
several other
to
financial
help
websites,
my
both in
daughter's son-in-law
print
with
publications. And y'all would,
Angel was not even making eye contact because she
new
knows
stuff
this.
is, y'all may or may not have heard about.
In 2 years, she makes eye contact with you.
Thank you guys so much for
She
having
dabbles.
me. First,
She's on
first off,
target
thank
with
you for having me.
everything. Even her,
Yes, I
did a
agree.
series about and, from
And Motley
eating
Fool,
to, helping her to,
My background is mostly in municipal fundraising. That's what I've been about forever, almost 2 years. Right. And I studied and tried to think how to talk about this, how to present this to you. And I kept going back over, like I said to my friend, I don't want to be biased, but at the very same note, these are important subjects that you need to learn. So what I wanted to talk to you about was Operation Choke Point. This is an initiative that was launched through Eric Holder, our Attorney General. And please forgive me if I stutter because I am nervous. This initiative was launched through our Attorney General, Holder, and it also came about through what we have as the Dodd-Frank Act. Many of us really don't know all of the details, but with the Dodd-Frank Act, we just celebrated 4 years. It's been 4 years on the book. From the Dodd-Frank Act, we birthed the Consumer Finance Protection Agency. That's supposed to protect us from getting ripped off, pretty much. So we have the first thing that strikes a chord is payday lending. Everybody hates payday lending, right? And then we have the Mortgage Act, right? That's what with this particular agency, we're supposed to shut down the banking practices that brought down our economy in 2008. So we have this particular agency that's on point. But how much on point is it? It's almost on point of being out of control. We have this agency that they can pretty much go and set guidelines and set laws without even consulting Congress. The administration says, okay, yes, go for it, go for it. All right, let me zero in again on what my point is here. Operation Choke Point. And again, please forgive me for being nervous. Operation Choke Point is an initiative that pretty much shuts down all businesses that are foul. Let's start with guns. That's why I got in touch with John. Let's start with guns. That's a foul business. Nobody wants people to sell guns because what happens with guns? They sell guns and then they shoot people and then everybody is in trouble. So let's start with guns. So we start with the gun industry. Then we go back to the mortgage business industry. Then we also go back, you guys, to the porn industry. Then we go back to the marijuana industry. It's just a trickle-down effect. Okay, let me go back. Operation Choke Point. This is, and again, I'm just, okay, but this is the system. Right now, we have in place a law that pretty much says banks have to be careful who they do business with. Banks just can't go out and do business with everybody because if they get in trouble, then they'll be in trouble. So what we have right now is the law clamping down saying, you know what? Banks, be careful who you're being in trouble with. Who are you getting in bed with? So we have Operation Choke. And that is pretty much saying you can't do business unless you govern yourself. Make sure that this business that that's your client, that you are operating on the up and up. That's Operation Choke. And it's clamping down on every business that if, say, our government comes in and says, I don't like that business. I don't like that business. I don't think I like that one either. I don't think I like that one either. I don't like guns. I don't like porn. I don't like payday lending. I don't like mortgage, payday lending. I don't like any of that. This particular initiative through the Consumer Finance Agency it could be detrimental to us. But on that very same note, it's to protect us. It's to help us. Because look at payday lending. Look at what's going on right now over the border. Look at food stamps. Look at all of the things that are going on right now that are hurting us. So this agency was set up, but unfortunately, I believe, and I don't know, I just want to pass the message, I believe it's going about it the wrong way. I think that it's another way we can do this. It shouldn't always be about clamp down and clamp down and clamp down. I don't believe it should be that. I believe that it should be thought out, talked about, dealt with. And with me being in the finance business, I see every day, every single day, I see Wall Street, I see these stocks move. I see the stocks move in this direction, that direction. I have nothing in it. I have nothing to gain in the stock market business. I just follow it and cover it and write about it. But on that very same note, I see where we all can play a role. We can invest. We can talk about it. We can talk about it to end zone. Okay, John wanted me to bring actionable ideas. My actionable idea is not so much write your Congress, because we see what comes from that. Write your congressman. Everybody says that. I said to John, how about this? What if we could just go directly to the people with the money? Those are our lobbyists. They have a fistful of money. How to contact them, how to reach out, how to broach the subject, I'm not quite sure, but that's where we need to go. Not write our Congress, because clearly, we know our Congress is just stupid, pretty much. Strike it. I should say that. I'm sorry. I shouldn't, and he's going to be like, I can't believe she just said that. But our Congress, just like, and I do not believe all the way in our president. I don't believe all the way in our president. People look at me and they think, oh, she's a black woman. She had to have voted for Obama. She had to have been for Obama. She had to have been, because she's a black woman. So what else could she be for, right? Because I'm a black woman, right? No. I know when things aren't right. I know when things are not correct. And I pour over this and pour over this. I can't fix it. I agree on many things. I disagree on a lot. I have told him, and this is my running story with my little puppy there. I know a little about everything. I know a lot about nothing. So what I'm trying to share is just what I picked on, what I've learned about. But this Operation Choke Point, if we can go in and we can talk to our lobbyists, people who are actually making that ball move, the people who are actually in charge. This is not our Congress. It's not our president. No way. All of them are trying to raise money. They have a different tangent. They have a different goal. Go to the people who make that money move. Now, do I have that solution all the way? I do not. I don't. But I do know that I'm not happy. And then I spent 2 weeks trying to prepare to come here and talk to you guys. And now, I don't know what I just said, but, okay, question.
Let me ask a question, please. Am I understanding correctly that with Choke Point, the administration basically commands these banks to either don't do business with these people, or we're just basically going to send Uncle Sam down for an audit? And
pretty much what Operation Choke Point wants us to do, what Operation Choke Point wants us to do is they want the banks to police us. So instead of, because they don't have a law, there's no law against selling guns. So what's happening right now is we got to get around this law. We got to do something else. Not get around the law, but again, it's the administration and every administration that, you know what, if I can't pass this law, I'm gonna get this changed. So Operation Choke Point is pretty much just telling the banks, you know what, if you don't go in and police this industry, we are gonna hold you accountable. That means fines. Thank you, John. What we have now, we have J.P. Morgan, Eric Holder, suing the crap out of banks. We have that left and right. All of them are being sued. And we've spoken about, where's this money going? Where's this money going? I don't even really know where this money is going. But they are launching lawsuit after lawsuit. It comes back into the government coffers. It's to protect us consumers. And trust me, I understand. This is important. But on that very same note, you can't have J.P. Morgan policing an industry.
Would you call this kind of like they've used economic sanctions internationally, but this is like an internal U.S. economic sanctions on industries?
What's the best answer to that? Excellent question. Excellent question. I would call it just, I can't fix it this way, so I'm gonna fix it this way.
Well, I would call it economic terrorism. That's what it is. They're targeting a business. We're telling the banks, you should not, or an industry.
I don't like this business, so
That's
I'm
right.
gonna deem it,
That's
and
right.
say, I
I'm
don't
going
like
to
it.
deem it less than worthy of being allowed to exist. So you banks, if you do business with them, you will undergo investigations, fines, lawsuits. I've seen several stories of gun stores being shut down because the banks are ceasing are not renewing contracts for credit card transactions. Some of them are not getting small business loans. Advertisers are disallowing or stopping or refusing to renew advertising contracts. I think it's economic terrorism is what it is. It's not legal.
No,
And
it's not, it's not.
And it's destructive to the industry.
The commerce.
The economy as a whole.
Exactly. That's what I believe. That's what I believe.
So what it's doing is it's attacking the infrastructure of an industry, the money supply. I mean, it fits a good definition of economic terrorism.
That's strong and bold. I'm such a punk. I would not have said it that pointedly. But yeah, I believe so. Because you don't agree with my industry. Does that make it wrong? I agree. I mean, there are many industries. Okay, so you guys.
When the Department of Justice or the SEC finds Chase, Citibank, Jamie Dimon, and all those people, they may fine them like $2 million on something that actually generated that company billions and billions of dollars.
Yeah.
And then they turn around and write that off as a tax loss. It's nothing more than kabuki theater, just to keep people thinking that they're actually doing stuff. When in fact it's if you really look at the constituency of who is the regulator, where the regulators came from, and for example, like Timothy Geithner came from J.P. Morgan, went to work for the Treasury, and then turned around and went right back to Citi. When you have regulators who are actually from the industry,
And
you have junior lawyers that refuse to prosecute because their hopes is to get a job for that big firm, it's a broken system. And it clearly only exists to give an illusion that they're doing something when they're actually not.
And I heard that this week. I heard on CNBC about people being in the private sector, moving back to the public sector, then moving back to the private sector. But all of these issues, what I feel like is, you guys, I feel like a lot of times I'm just left out. I feel like I'm left out. So I have all of these opinions, but I'm left out. That's why I think John brought up this discussion, and I wanted to give, and I will send you handouts. I think it would be more effective if I get your email addresses and then send you more detailed information about Operation Handout, the choke points. But I wanted to just say that this is just one more initiative that we can get choked down on, literally. Operation Choke Point.
One more initiative towards total socialism.
I mean, maybe you should write my story.
I could.
But yes, I think that, and that's why I started out with telling you guys, like I told John, John's brought me together with several people here right now who I never would have thought would be in one group. But as far as what I have to say, this is something that I've studied and gone over. I got 20 minutes. I got 5 minutes left probably. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I got maybe I got 3 minutes left. But this is a very, 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 because also you guys, it's important to discuss, because we're looking at where your executive privileges go. How far can you push that button? How many initiatives can you pass on your own? There are only so many. There are only so many. And I'm not happy. I am not happy. I'm not happy. I'm not happy with this administration. So when I started chasing down these stories on finance, I found this story. And this just brought me to my knees. Okay, one more thing. Last week, this Consumer Finance Protection Agency, if you guys can commit that to memory, or I will give me your email addresses and I will write it down. But this particular agency now has the charge where it can go after non-bank products. That doesn't make sense. You're a finance agency. You can protect consumers over finance. How can you go after finance products? Our administration right now says, and that's worse. That's just worrisome to me. I want everybody to have a say. No one should be able to just push their agenda through because they can. So like what John wanted me to do, come up with actionable ideas. Again, I think the lobbyists, that may not work. I don't know. But I just know that going to Congress right now, to your congressman, a letter. I don't know if what I've spoke to you about this evening is effective, but I hope it is. Just to put something else on the table that maybe we didn't even know about. But it's very, very, very important that we know about the different financial things that are going on that can affect our bottom lines. Not just everybody's bottom lines. Not everybody, we want to talk about food stamp people and all that kind of stuff. Our bottom line. Yeah. Our bottom line. The very little things. That's why I tell you, I know a lot about nothing, a little about everything. That's my motto. And I love it. But we have to stand for it. We have to. So I hope I didn't bore you